I'm Michelle Carney with IdeateTV here at the Dances with Films Festival, and I'm here with...
Chris Leary, the director of formerly known as...
Luke Steinborn, the writer and producer of formerly known as...
Well, very nice to meet you both. Why don't you start off telling me a little bit about your film?
It's a half-hour mockumentary about a crew at a label that's trying to help an aging rock star make a comeback. And the rock star is a purple puppet, but nobody addresses it.
Okay, very interesting idea. How did this come about?
Well, it was like a kind of a COVID inception where I was babysitting a lot, and I was with these kids a lot during the day, and I would start doing puppet shows, and they really love these puppet shows, and then eventually it turned into these recurring characters, and then it was more for me than it was for them. And then I would get home, and I would still be thinking about it, and then I was watching BoJack Horseman, and I was like, oh, what if and then I just wrote this, and it all kind of came out, and that's kind of the inception of it. And then I sent it to Chris, and I was like, hey, I was just kind of like, working on this a little bit, kind of like shopping around for a director. I don't know. And then he took it and read it, and yeah.
Very cool. So do you play the puppet?
No, I do not. We have Jaden LeBran, who is an incredible puppeteer. He's kind of been around. He's only I won't say his age, but he's a younger fellow, but worked with Henson, Happy Time Murders, Beavis and Butthead. He built the puppet, and he was really, really great to work with. Super talented.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so did he help kind of inspire and bring that character to life, or was he very sticking to the script and the vision that you had in mind?
He stuck to the script, but he was so smart, so quick.
Yeah.
Definitely has some improv trainings, and yeah.
Well, and this is your first project together?
Yes.
How did you two meet, and how did this kind of get started?
We met I made a feature a few years ago, and the lead actress in that was a friend of Luke's, and she had a birthday party or something. We met there, and I just kind of became friends, just in the LA filmmaking scene. And then Luke had seen that first movie, and then when he wrote this, he kind of sent it to me just to, get my thoughts on it, and it was really like reading the script. It was funny the first few pages when I got to the line that said, also Rupert is a puppet, and that was the only thing in the script that ever mentioned that he was a puppet. I thought, oh, it's so funny, and I, had to hop on it.
And so what was the filmmaking process like? How did it go?
It was really smooth. I think, we've got a really good community out here, so Luke was able to put together a little bit of money, and then we had, my cinematographer is one of my best friends. All the actors are, friends of ours who we just think are super funny, and some of them we kind of wrote the parts for. So it was really fun. It was just kind of like a group of friends coming together, and everyone gave it 3 days, and we kind of threw it together, and we're really happy with how it turned out.
Amazing. It's always good to do a comedy with friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus in a very fun environment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone felt that where, a lot of stuff I've made in the past is a little more dramatic, and you really see why people love watching, but B, making comedies, whereas every day we would show up and it would just be like, all right, how do we make each other laugh the most we can in this next scene? And that was such a fun process.
Yeah, I'm an actor, and I mostly did drama in my first comedy set. I was like, this is amazing.
Yes.
Why haven't I been doing this the whole time?
Yeah.
So much more
so fun. Yeah.
So what's your vision for the project?
We'd love to just make more episodes. I think, whatever that looks like, I think we have, the pie in the sky version of we'd love to get it picked up and, drop it on a network or a streamer or something like that. But we'd also be super happy just getting to make more of the episodes the way we did and just getting to get the band back together, so to speak.
Is this the premiere of it this weekend?
Yes. Yeah. World premiere.
Okay. Today?
3:30 today.
3:30 today. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm sure you showed it to family, friends. How's the response been?
It's been pretty positive. People kind of walk away being like, wow, I didn't expect that, which is kind of a backhanded compliment, but also I'll take it. It's been a really good reception, and I'm just really glad people enjoy watching it, and I love watching people watch it. And that's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has the response been kind of what you expected, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we felt really good, even on set, that we were getting some good stuff. And, it's always nice to see, where the laughs come that you maybe don't expect, or, But yeah, I mean, we've watched it with, friends in a living room and things like that, but I'm really excited to see it with a big audience today and really get to feel what jokes are really landing and what people are connecting with and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you written more episodes already, or are you kind of waiting to see how this plays out, or where are you at right now in the process?
Yeah, we got a couple episodes down right now that just early drafts. So we know where it's headed, and then we kind of got it mapped out of, how we want second and third season to go. Chris made a really great pitch deck. So, it's been fun to just kind of navigate and try to, make everything cohesive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great. And I know you said you mostly do drama. What's your background like?
I'm actually more of an actor, so I do a lot of comedy, but I would say mainly I've been doing a lot of drama and a lot of theater as well. So it's been really nice because I feel like I really love doing comedy. So it's been a lot more fun, honestly. Yeah.
Is this the first thing that you've written, and then?
I think to this scale, it's the first thing I've written and produced, and Chris did a great job of like making it come to life, and Victor and Hunter and everybody did a really, really awesome job of just elevating everything that I'd written and kind of just getting it, and yeah.
Yeah, and so what was that process like then? Being more on the other side of the camera as well.
Yeah, it was different. I think the first day, because literally I closed a play I was in, and I got home at like 1 a.m. and then had to be on set at like 5 a.m. the next day. And literally I had like a moment of like where I was saying like, oh my gosh, I don't know anything right now. Like, why do these people trust me? I am gonna sink this thing, and like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, but it ended up going really smooth. But you can tell like I was definitely like haggard and just like probably have a few gray hairs from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really helped his performance though, because he was so frazzled and kind of stressed off screen that whenever he got on camera, he wasn't in his head, he wasn't thinking, he was just kind of.
That's what they say. It's good to be like a little tired,
a little out of your head.
Yeah. Great. Well, what really makes this stand out from other projects?
I think there's the obvious puppet aspect of it. Is really, it's obviously like the selling point, kind of the marketing hook. But I think really, and something that was important to Luke, I think in the writing process is sort of the emotional undercore of it. Like there's a lot of zany comedy, there's a lot of kind of broad slapstick stuff, but at the core, it really is the story of this man or puppet, trying to heal himself and trying to find a family he's never had. And I think that was sort of our like North Star emotionally. And so I think having that element really separates it from other kind of comedies in the space.
Okay. And was it hard to balance the comedy and that deeper meaning?
No, because I think it was in the script, and I think it was important to Luke from the inception of it. The one thing that was tough is getting those emotional performances out of the puppet. It's something we were just talking about where, the rule in puppetry is you want to always be moving and you want to always be gesturing, and that's how you make the puppet look alive. And the rule in acting is like stillness is what really creates an emotional performance. So kind of balancing those two things, when the puppet had an emotional scene, it can't just be still and lifeless, but if it moves too much, you kind of lose that connectivity to it. So I think that was the only challenge we faced.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like for your actors acting with a puppet? Did you have them do a lot of rehearsals, or how did you kind of...
Well, there was some beef between like some interpersonal. No, I'm kidding. No, I didn't give any direction because Chris was the director, obviously. But what I wanted was for people to just treat him like a real person. And I think everybody understood the assignment. And if they didn't, Chris knew and would be like, hey, tone it down, bring it up, whatever. But I think there was some difficulty in like not breaking when sure. this puppet is like attacking Andrew on the floor, like strangling him, or like just some of the crazy stuff that Jaden would improvise, the puppeteer. I think that was probably like the hardest challenge for the actors.
Yeah, but that's a good sign. If your actors are breaking, you're making it funny.
And I also think it was a real credit to Jaden, the puppeteer, where he was like another actor and he even between like off camera, I think part of his process was he would keep the puppet alive. So it wasn't like he would say action and then all of a sudden he was always, I think he was more comfortable being the puppet than he was kind of being just hanging out on set. But it was really nice. By the end of the shoot, everyone really had a soft spot for Rupert. the puppet, where they would,
Yeah.
Rupert's legs don't look right, and people would, make space for him, and they would kind of, everyone treated him like a fellow actor, which was cool.
Well, can you share a story from your time filming, either something unexpected, funny, challenging?
Yeah, I mean, there was, so the opening of the piece is the puppet attacks one of the employees and starts strangling him, and I feel bad telling the story now, but we had a friend of ours was very generous and let us use his sound studio space as the photo shoot area, and I wanted to get this wide shot where the railing thing like kind of comes off its hinges, and our friend Aya was like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of a big stun. We didn't really talk about it. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Let's just do one, and then whatever happens. I'll be fine with just one. And everyone on the crew fought me on it. I was like, please, guys, I think it's gonna be fine. Like, no one will be in the area. And we tried the take, and it ripped the pole out of the wall, went into the drywall, like it destroyed the area.
Yeah, and then Chris comes over to me and goes, yeah, we can't use that take.
It's unusable.
But you have the footage for the memory.
Also, allegedly this happened. We can't say for certain.
If it had happened, it would have been really funny.
Yeah.
Well, for people who want to find you, follow you, support, where can they go?
You can go to FKA Series on Instagram. That's the best place. You'll see 3 photos right now. There'll be more. And yeah.
And you can follow me at that Chris Leary on Instagram.
At Lou Steinborn. That's LuSteinborn.
And Luke's phone number is...
Well, thank you both so much. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, thank
Best
you.
of luck with the film.
Thank you so much.
And I'm Michelle Carney with IdeateTV.